What's going on, gamers? Here we are back with some more Outriders, and today I'm going to be going over why I believe it is really helpful and works in your favour to chuck quite a lot of these and some of these into your rotation. So if you want to see why I think it's a great idea to chuck melees into your rotation and how it helps you in the long term and to get through content much easier and faster, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back, all you guys and girls. As always, full things Xbox, full things gaming, and of course a lot more Outriders along the way. Then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon? I'll bring you builds, guides, hints, and just some fun random tips and gameplay. But for today, I'm here to show you why I think putting these into your rotation works out really well in the kind of long term. It can help you clear content. In the right skill tree, it can be an absolute beast to put in some kind of form of melee into the mix. And yes, I know it's melee, I always pronounce that wrong, so apologies, that'll be for the rest of the video. But yeah, to throw it into the mix and how it can really help you out, especially in certain skill trees. I think it's well worth putting it in every skill tree, basically whatever you're running. If you're close range, putting that into the mix can really help things up. But in certain ones, it works absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a CT15, one of the tougher ones, kind of show you how my playstyle is most times with certain builds, and what I'm going to do is show you how effective putting that into kind of play will really be. Almost said mix then I realised I've said it about 8 times in a row and it'll probably get annoying. But yeah, I'm going to jump into one of those expeditions and show you what I'm talking about. Right, so here we are at the very start of Marshland Caverns. Now, for me, I believe this is probably one of the kind of tougher starts to the expeditions. This one's a CT15. This build is not set up 100% perfect, so hopefully I'm not going to wipe and look absolutely stupid. But I'm going to show you why I think putting rotations of melees into your build works in your favour and absolutely helps you to gain damage, gain clear times, and gain a little bit of survivability. Especially, I would say, with probably the firestorm tree. If you're using a firestorm tree, it is really helpful. Especially in like the build that I just brought out recently, chucking them in amongst the mix really helps you, and I'll show you why afterwards. But what I'm going to do is I will fast forward this because there's only a few ads at the start. I'll wait until there's a lot more grouped up, a lot tougher ones, and I'll show you how I'll pull stuff off.
Few moments later.
Right, so as you can see, here we have an absolute metric ton more of enemies, so let's start gathering them up. Now, if you have a little look, because I've done the blazing push, I'm already getting a nice chunk of health regen. So now we're going to mix it up a little bit, we're going to try and gather more. Hopefully not fall over in the process. Here we go. So there's an absolute abundance. Now because that's down, I'm going to chuck in a couple of punches. Nice and easy. Get one of my big shots off. And another melee then. Now we're going to boost it again with heat waves. Pop a little bit back out of their kind of punching distance, which is the thing that really can wipe you sometimes, the punches on these guys. And then as soon as we've activated these again, we're gonna pop straight in and punch him in the bum. But yeah, as you can see, I was putting an absolute load, I was going to say metric ton again, an absolute load of these ground pounds, and they really can help out, because they make sure they're still on fire all the time. Obviously, because I'm talking, I haven't actually even been using my my comet as such, because I completely forgot about it. But it was just to show you, when you're putting this in, how effective it can be. And like I said, especially in amongst the kind of, I'd definitely say the middle tree. The middle tree seems to be really amazing for chucking this on. And I'll show you why. If you have a little look down the bottom there. So if I quickly activate this, you're going to see all of those buffs come up down the bottom, and mainly that's because of the skill tree we've got on at the moment, the firestorm one. However, if I were to tell you that the melee right here is also classed as a skill move, you'll probably know. But did you know it's also classed as an ignite skill move, meaning that anything that comes under that category also looks like it procs on that, which is quite interesting. So if we go over to our skill tree, for example, just over yonder, Basically, the thing right at the end, activating ignite skills increases your armor piercing by 45% and resistance piercing by 45% for 10 seconds. Magma Elemental. And just up here, activating ignite skills increases your armor by 45% for 10 seconds. Again, they proc. Anything in this skill tree that's got that pretty much means it's going to proc on that. Also, even if it's not part of this, it is also classed as a skill. So if you've got things on, such as, I would definitely say this one right here, if I can find it, I think it's on here, Untamed Power. Using skills deals 41,761 damage to enemies within a 5 meter radius around you. The damage is equal to 30% of your anomaly power. Honestly, absolutely insane. Probably one of the best, if not the best tier 2 mod in the game for the pyromancer. I've pretty much chucked it on all of my builds. I have said it in a previous video, so apologies if I feel like I'm going on about it, but it's just so good. And it's one of the reasons why I think if you can, and I am definitely not saying that you should be in their faces like I was, because it all depends what type of a build you're running. You might be a further distance one, you might be a mid distance, you might be longer distance if you're going for gunplay. But if you can, and something is in your face and you're able to, and especially if your skills are down, just clicking that analog, at least with the Xbox, whatever it is on PC, do that as well, and get off one of those blazing pushes. You'll get a lot more burn damage by the end of the actual round, you'll clear things faster, it will help you a little bit with your health regen, even more so if you've got skill leech on, it will keep you alive, and it's just so helpful, especially if you've got Untamed Power. You'll be getting such a big significant number of damage. There's a few other mods that you can chuck into play, and also, like I said, a few nodes in the skill tree. Right, so I hope that's helped a few of you out. Like I said, melee definitely all day long. If you can put it into a rotation, if your skills are down, chuck it in there. It's well worth it. It'll give you extra damage, extra survivability, and to be perfectly honest, it will just help you clear things a little bit faster, especially if you're using any area effect moves like the Untamed Power with your mods. Right, guys and girls, as always, Full Things Gaming, Full Things Xbox. Take care. I'll see you on next day.